So as you're scaling up into the manufacturing, you're going to have to then purchase more, and trying to figure out how to purchase how much, how often is super, super tricky. Obviously, we ask our vendors, hey, forecast, give me a forecast. How much are you going to be buying in the next 3 months? How many orders are you going to be making? Because it's imperative for us then to tell my distributor where I get my flours, my sugars, my proteins, the chips, all of these things, how much I'm going to be buying. Maybe I know with my distributor with certain things, they only buy in so much chocolate chip in a year. And if my sales go so much higher and I've already used all of those chocolate chips within the first 6 months, they also are not allocated. And then it becomes this trickle effect that is so crazy. Over the last couple of years, that's really been something that you don't want to overshoot, that you're saying, oh, this product's gonna be the one. I mean, we've done it anywhere from the film that we've bought to the boxes that a product we thought was going to do great actually flopped or didn't do as great in sales, and then we're sitting on the film and the boxes and ingredients. Or on the other hand, this is kind of where we're sitting in this year, we do our own protein blends in-house. We don't buy the blend outside of, we buy all the different raw ingredients and do our scaling and blends for our products, which is very different than a lot of other places. So where I'm buying something maybe comes from, I don't know, Wisconsin, and then another product comes from California, well, and then something from Chicago. Those lead times are going to be so different. Also, just like we do, we manufacture and then we get our POs and then we make it and we ship it. That way it's fresh. And a lot of our places that we buy our raw ingredients from do the same thing. So if I tell them that I need 2 pallets of a protein, and I know that it's coming from a further place, it's going to take a 7 to 10 day transit to get here, and somebody puts in a PO and is going to really take out all of my raw ingredients materials, it's very difficult, because not only are we producing in-house and manufacturing, we're also on the back end ordering and doing these things. So it's kind of wild when I'm looking around, because I know the cost of how much everything is back on these shelves. So you'll have tens of thousands of dollars of the film, of the raw ingredients and different things. But if we don't have one ingredient, we can't make a product. So it's very imperative that everything is timed correctly, because it's not like, oh, you can just buy more of it. Well, one product, I need a pallet of it, and that takes up space. Same thing with our boxes for displays, the boxes that go on the outside, everything that goes into you buying one toaster pastry in the store now, and needed to have the film, needed to have the raw ingredients, needed to have the display box, needed to have the master case, needed to have a pallet for it to go on, and needed to have the straps for it to go around and the wrap for it to go. It's so crazy, because if one piece of this has a missing link, our production day is just ruined. It's a very hard thing to ensure. Juan and I do it so great. We reconvene throughout the week, but Fridays are a really strong day for us to really forecast what we're going to be doing in the next week or two, ensuring that those products are coming in on the right times. But like with anything, you ordered something and you're shorted, or even worse, something happened on the delivery truck and the product won't be coming, or it's come and it's ruined. We've had that a product that we've been waiting for, a raw ingredient, came as we will talk a little bit more about SQF and what that means for my facility, it's imperative. I can't just go to the store and buy something else. I have to ensure how it's made, that I have all the information of the background of that product, and that it was handled correctly from the manufacturer to me. So all of these intricate pieces for me to be able to then produce the product that you're seeing, there's so much behind the scenes, and ensuring that every day you're leveraging things correctly, because we are self-funded. We do not have investors. We do not have anybody part of the business. So it's imperative that where we're making the money, we're putting it back into the business to ensure that we can produce as effectively as possible. And also, like I said, the timing of everything. So if I've got 40 pallets that are made and need to be sent out, I have to then be able to get my new ingredients in while moving those pallets that are already done to be going out. And it's just like this really important game to ensure that all the funds are being allocated correctly. And I think that's a huge part of this business in manufacturing. We already know the pieces that are never going to change, right? Your rent is always going to be your rent. Obviously, utilities, pretty standard. We do keep our facility nice and cool. So during the summertime, obviously those bills will go up. But the piece that really gets us, let's say that there is an increase. I know I'll put it to something that you all, butter and eggs. Remember when eggs were unbelievably expensive? Also, I couldn't put that cost to the consumer. So for those times, and you just hope that the cost goes down, there's all of these other back end pieces that, obviously you buy more, you get a discount, but if there's a break in the chain, there was with chocolate, with the cocoa beans, that there was a huge issue in the rainforest that created, and all of these trickles then create the products to get more expensive, but I've already done my costing. So it's very difficult sometimes where maybe you would have a higher profit, then I'm not able to. Maybe with the manufacturing, like I said, they don't have a certain ingredient. It's very difficult because I can't just swap things in and out. And like I said, really ensuring that you're allocating your funds correctly, because we are on terms with a lot of our vendors. So if somebody's buying 50 pallets from me, and then they're gonna pay me in 30, 45, 60 days, whatever their terms are, I still have to buy all the ingredients. I have to buy the boxes, the film. I have to pay my staff to make it. God forbid something happens and something was wrong with the batch and I have to remake it, pay my staff again, and then pay for the ingredients again, right? And then once it leaves, wait that term for us to get paid, while the whole time still running the business with all of the other accounts. So it's not as easy as some people think of, well, you make it and get paid. Well, I have to have all the ingredients to be able to make it. I have to be able to then ship it and then wait to get paid out on those accounts. So I think that's a big misconception that a lot of people have of the cost of day-to-day running, because you're seeing the output of what I'm making, but not the behind the scenes of how much is sitting on my shelf of the raw goods, what needs to be coming in, because if I have a huge order going out, I still need to bring that raw ingredient back in, and the timing of all of it, because if one day late, that means that I'm not able to produce for a day. That can throw off our whole schedule for the rest of the month, because it's like you're always playing catch up. So that, I think, is a big part of manufacturing that is super important to be very detail oriented, and really understanding how things are coming in and out and making sure that you're tracking it, because I'm gonna be honest, just last week I had an issue that I thought that I ordered something and I didn't. And it was one of the fillings, the strawberry filling. Thankfully, my distributor had it in-house, and I was able, and they are close enough, able to get it, that I was able to start the day, and it didn't affect our actual bake day. But when you think of it, and we've got our employees and we've got the machinery set up and all of these things to start the day, for me then to stop and have employees not be working for even an hour, and then that hour then creates an extra hour on the people that need to pack it, and then that creates where maybe the shipment was supposed to go out the next day, then it won't go out till the following day. You'll get fines from vendors if it doesn't show up on the exact time. Certain places, you'd be surprised, the driver of the truck has to wear certain shoes, or you'll get fined. You get fined if how it was put onto a pallet, if it had a different flavor on a certain row, they'll fine you. There's so many like fine things within there that you'll start to figure out. If it's the pallet, it's a piece of wood, but the pallets, there are ones that are heavier. There are ones that are heat treated. There's certain things that everybody has certain rules, and a lot of the places give you a whole booklet on making sure that you're sending the things correctly. So that in itself is a whole thing, but I wanted just to talk a little bit about raw materials and the importance of ordering correctly. And that for me is a lot different than what I was doing for the direct consumer, because I kind of just was buying what I had, making what I had, and then selling it. Whereas now we have the orders and we have to then produce for the orders. So that is such a shift for the direct to consumer to the wholesale business. And I want to hear what you guys have to say, or have questions about how I'm able to scale up the business in such a huge way that we are now international. I think it's amazing. I know a lot of you are all over the world and are able to have the products that I make right here, and I'm excited to share more with you. If you have any questions, comments, be sure to leave them. I read everything that goes on my social medias, my YouTube, everything like that. YouTube, I know, is new to me. I'm trying to do my best. I watched the first 4 episodes that it looked like that I had no personality, and I'm so hard on myself, and I want to show more of who I am. It's difficult. Maybe I should get a co-host or somebody that I can talk to, because just doing this is very weird. So I'm going to use you guys that you're going to comment, and then I will be able to give the answers to that. So make sure you're interacting and checking out all the other YouTube videos that I'm putting up as well.